Hey, Josh, there's a chance we'll be in black with them going through the anthem. Just a heads up on that. Well, welcome inside Gore Arena, the final matchup of the 2021 season. It's senior day here in Buies Creek and the final week of Big South Conference volleyball action. The Radford Highlanders looking to bounce back from 10 straight losses to close out the year, and the Campbell Fighting Camels searching to secure a #2 seed in the Big South Conference. Here inside Gore Arena, look at all the lights and the fun displays we got going on senior day tonight and our final broadcast as well, along with Heather Ireland. Evan Budrovich getting you set for first serve. And Heather, in yesterday's match, Campbell hit 424. They dominated the net. What was most impressive about that performance last night?
They really spread their offense across their attack. We had 3 above 400. Ananda Patterson actually had 800, over 8 kills in a season high, 4 blocks. So Campbell really came out strong offensively and defensively.
These two squads have a little bit to play for in different regards, right? If you're Campbell, you've now clinched the 2nd seed in the conference. So that is all for grabs. And you see, of course, for the senior, Hannah Schnegenberger, number 5, her final game as a Camel. And what a moment to close out your career when this is truly your last game in college volleyball.
Absolutely. And she did a good job closing out for Campbell yesterday. She got the set point both in the 1st and 3rd set. So she was the closer yesterday, and now she gets to start on her senior day.
Schnegenberger with those 2 kills adds to her career totals for the Tustin, California product, 178 of them. But I tell you what, nothing's better than a kill on your final game in your final match, especially at home.
Absolutely. Campbell has only lost 1 game at home all season, and they're not looking to let another slip in.
So Maddie Miner, a fellow senior who is electing to return this fall, so we'll keep that on pause for a moment. She serves and underway in this first set. Miner pushes it out to Chloe Cook, and a quick kill for the freshman.
That was a nice and deep attack right there, baseline. Radford, however, they're keeping up the movement from yesterday. They really started to improve their court movement through the sets.
Radford sided out just 44% of the time yesterday. Allowed Campbell to win in straight sets. Right back to Cook. Good dig. Time by Burge. And beating Fector down the line. First kill for Emma Young.
Radford does very well when they're able to control the pace of the offense and really set themselves up defensively, and that was shown there.
Here's Emma Young, the freshman to serve out of Round Rock, Texas. A little offset there by Miner.
Some miscommunication there for the set.
Burrows looking for the back line, missing long.
You could tell that she thought she had that point. Looked at the official.
Looking at that line judge, Paula Boykin, along with Charles Tudor, working the lines today. Fector on the dig. As Schnegenberger, the senior, is dug out by Burge. Now Rayella pops with a good swing. Battle at the net, dug up by Miner. And Layla Green just missing long. No hands, point Radford.
Radford is finding a lot more success using their outside hitters, whereas Campbell seems to focus more on using their middles.
Layla Green led Campbell with 13 kills yesterday. Here's Kennedy Johnson, the junior middle, to serve. she'll play all 6 rotations, leading this team in digs and kills. And there's a nice kill for Green. Layla Green now leads this conference in points per set and total kills. Might be in the running for a Player of the Year type of vote when things come to the end this week.
She definitely has the statistics to back her level of play.
Great play at the net by Emily Dykes.
When you're not squared up for that first touch, that's exactly what can happen. Goes off angle.
Radford lives with its middle. Sharissa Livingston wants to get them more involved today. We've seen Burrows, now Johnson and Dykes part of the equation. Hetherington, a sharp serve that misses. No, it's called in. Paula Boykin changed her mind. Point Radford.
Gross on Campbell's side. Watched that go out. She was pretty sure that it was going to go out, but hit right there at the line.
So instead, Hetherington back to serve. Here's an overpass. Gross used her face to keep it up. Tough play. Schneckenberger shot long.
Campbell did a good job keeping the play alive, but being out of system like that, they just weren't able to convert to the point. So Radford back to the line.
Radford with 4 aces yesterday. And a good serve that time to Fector. Roll shot scooped up. Now a bump set from Hetherington. Layla Green, off hands and scooped up by the Highlanders. Minner in transition, out to Green. Nice little rally here in this first set.
Yes, Green is normally very successful right there, but Radford is reading her positioning.
Green touches the back line, her 3rd kill.
Radford is doing a much better job today of spreading out across the court and not being so clustered and leaving as many open spaces. So it really requires those targeted attacks from Campbell that Green just showed.
Emily Minner on the serve. Here's a bump set by Hetherington. Sarah Kalla. Man, I tell you what, when she gets going, that's fun to watch.
That's a hammer straight down onto the court. She took a set or two to really get into her rhythm yesterday against Radford.
All even at 5 in set 1. Here's Wrights on the slide. It's blocked to the floor. And a timeout called by Radford. We'll take the break as well early in set 1.
Power isn't born, it's built over time. For over 65 years, Hercules Tires has been providing the muscle to move more drivers. Whatever the vehicle, whatever the terrain, and we back it with a powerful protection plan. So wherever the road or the trail takes you, we have the selection, value, and strength to get you there. Hercules Tires, ride on our strength.
We are not merely an institution of higher education. We are transforming lives and empowering students to become leaders.
Leaders in our communities, in our state, and throughout the world.
Leaders in innovation.
Leaders in service to our neighbors.
Join our movement. Join our community. Join our mission. Lead with purpose. Lead with Campbell.
Campbell a 6-5 lead early in this first set. Layla Green's been the story for the 2nd straight day. 13 kills yesterday, 2 early kills this afternoon.
There's been a lot of trading points back and forth early on. No one's really commanded the set so far. 4
lead changes in this first set. After Radford, their closest set yesterday, they got to 20 points total. Here's a bump set by Lenz, blocked at the net by Patterson.
Patterson knocked it right back into the Radford hitter.
That's Raella Pops trying to sneak that one in. Part of a big rotation for the Highlanders. 5 players with over 50 kills this year. including O'Neal, who goes short side. Mitter back to Green.
Good reaction there.
It's a nice bump set by Grace Green. Mitter looking middle, bit off balance. And a great effort to the floor by Lenz. Radford slowing down this Campbell offense. They're hitting just 150 in this matchup. They hit 400 yesterday. Now O'Neal up against the block is denied by Patterson.
Lentz on Radford's side was very instrumental in keeping that rally alive for as long as they had it.
This is a 5-0 run for Campbell in set one. O'Neal, cross court is out. Point Campbell. So we saw the early timeout by Sharissa Livingston for Radford. What do the Highlanders have to do to adjust in this set?
They needed to remember to keep the pace where they wanted it. Campbell's a very fast-paced offense, but Radford needs the time to reset on their defense.
Mitter sprints over for the bump set. Now O'Neal tight across the net, easy scoop. Patterson blocked at the net and taken down to the floor. Good hands by Emily Dykes.
That's a very good read by Dykes and Radford overall. As I just mentioned, when they're able to reset and really get back in system, they can handle Campbell's offense a lot better.
Dangerous serve sends Gross to the floor and an ace. That's Taylor O'Neal, the junior out of Orlando, Florida.
Ball ended up way too close to the net for Patterson to play it.
That's a team high 10th ace for Grace, who targets Gross again. Kala slides to the middle and is denied. How about the hands of Dykes? 3 blocks in this first set.
Absolutely. Dykes has decided that no one is getting past her. Campbell's arena, her house.
Bold statement. I love it. Heather Island with us, Evan Budrovich here on the call for set one. Tight set at the net. I think there's a net violation there on Layla Green. So Radford with 3 straight points has tied it up at 9.
Radford really has the momentum on their side right now. You can see the energy really starting to erupt even on the sidelines and on the bench.
O'Neal, dangerous float serve. Here's a bump set from Grace Green. And shot long by Samantha Wrights. Radford still hitting in the negatives, 150 in this first set.
Campbell is also down there below 0 with them as well.
Highlander team 7th in the league in hit percentage. There's a miss serve by Layla Green. And Radford is tied at 10.
There aren't any aces yet on the Campbell side to balance out that error.
So here's Grace Green, 8 matches in double-figure dig. She does it all in the libero position. Mitter looking backside to Kala. And a net violation on the Highlanders, point Campbell.
It can so easily go either way when both teams are crashing the net.
Heather, we saw in the second set yesterday, Sarah Kala really heat up, 4 kills in that matchup. How do they utilize her more today?
She was very strong defensively in the first set, but yes, they've really got her in rhythm for the second set. Right now she had some play in the middle. Typically she's a lot stronger on the outside, and that's where she plays her best volleyball.
Preseason player of the year, and certainly one always worth watching. Burge on the serve. Cook flying in, and she runs into the net. Wait, who touched the net first? Okay, so they say Chloe Cook impeded the net before Haley Flowers bumped the net. So point to the Highlanders.
And one of those convergences we were just talking about, Cook actually seemed to go through the net a little under, which is probably why the call ended up on her.
Another serve to target Cook. Kala off balance, a nice kill.
She may have been attacking off balance, but it looked like Radford defense also wasn't squared up necessarily to handle the power of her attack.
So in the rotation, Minor comes into set in this 5-2. That duo are right now 27th in assists per set in the country. Has a third service error to set. Campbell gives it right back.
Coach Grohl has mentioned that service errors are a point of contention, but as we even discussed yesterday, going for those service aces, you risk the errors as well.
Minor to Page and system for the point. So Heather, we got a good matchup here. 13 to pop in this first set. What has Radford been able to do to change the fortunes of yesterday's game?
They are really having good court vision today, and they're communicating a lot better than they were yesterday. Seems to be a lot of mismatches in communications.
Layla Green powers her third kill of the set.
And that was a very impressive kill because Radford isn't leaving as many openings as they were yesterday, so that was between defenders.
Long run for Burge to get that ball up, and O'Neal smacks it to the back row. Page and system misses wide to the far side. And here we go, our fifth tie of this set. You mentioned senior day coming in, how that can motivate one team. We've seen a very motivated Radford side on the other side as well.
Absolutely, this is their last chance at a win. Not only do they have a losing streak for matches, but it's also been a while since they have won a set as well. And so even this point, winning a set would benefit them greatly.
Tough to stop Layla Green, who's got 4 kills tonight. To your point, Heather, Radford has not won a set since March 12th. It was a 5-set loss to UNC Asheville. Looking middle, and that's wide on the swing from Rayella Paps, or for Emily Dykes, I should say.
Even though this is the last game of the season, it's still not a time to necessarily take your foot off the gas. Both teams still have a lot to play for, even if it's just pride at this point.
Set wide to O'Neal is dug up. Second chance. There's Cook on the back row. Green soaring in for her 5th kill.
Flowers for Radford was there, but just not quite an inch or two off. Just missed it.
So it's more than a game of inches. It's a game of multiple inches, what you're
Multiple inches, yes. And maybe a little stretch.
Radford with a defensive substitution. Jordan Coombs, setter out of Owensburg, Kentucky, comes in. Set outside to O'Neal, down the line. And the Highlanders are back within 2.
That's what Radford can do when they're in system. Minor, that was still a very good dig on her part, just didn't get the angle, and Radford won the point.
These Highlanders started the year 3-2. A lot of potential for Sharisa Livingston in year 1, and then hit a rough patch in the back end of conference.
Sometimes it's hard to break out of the momentum going both ways, both winning and losing.
Green finds the back line, and she has been in fuego. Give her 6.
She found that on the line perfectly.
So Sarah Kala rotates in along with Emily Mitter in this rotation.
Mitter has her hair pulled up today, so we can't see the colorfulness.
Oh, you can see it. That thing sticks out for sure.
As much.
There's Mitter on the dig. Kala down the line, but out. That's long. Point Radford.
See, Kala shaking that off, wasn't too happy with how that.
I was going to say, what'd you think just on first glance there, Heather? Was that in or out?
It looked very close from my angle. You can see that Kala definitely believed that she had it right there on the line.
And an ace puts Radford back within 1. That's Taylor O'Neal with her 11th ace of the year.
And Radford normally averages about 1 ace per set, don't they? So right now they're above average for themselves.
Yeah, give them 2, doubling them up. That's what you need in the last game of the season, a little bit of production from the other ways. Kala is denied at the net. Good roll shot, tools the block.
Definitely wasn't the hit or angle she wanted, but she was able to read what the Radford blockers were going to do and still use it to her advantage.
Kala with 3 kills, and Green with 6. That's been the story for Campbell. An ace for Layla Green. That's huge.
Nice low serve there, using the net to her advantage, and sometimes playing that game with the net can get you the point.
Second timeout called by Radford. And Heather, what has Campbell been able to do to create some separation on the scoreboard?
They're slowly inching away from Radford. They are really working to make those hard attacks, really playing close to the edge. They're looking to really make Radford run for it and push their defense, because Radford is doing very well at blocking at the net, and so they need to make them go for it at the baseline.
This Campbell team knows it's locked itself into a 2nd seed in the conference, which technically only matters if there's an outbreak of COVID amongst the conference champions, High Point, who are now undefeated in the league. They're about to play one more game tonight to look to finish out that trend. But it does put you in a unique spot, right, as a coaching staff, because if you're Campbell, you're playing for a possible tournament berth at this point. Radford is playing for growth and getting ready for the fall, so it's 2 unique options to get us all set.
Absolutely. There's still motivation on both sides, both benches, but you know, you don't want anything necessarily to happen for High Point, but Campbell needs to be ready in case that does.
The old wait and see game. Nice back set by Lenz. Now Cook's turn on the bump set by Fector. Radford using the pin hitters a bunch today. Cook's turn, and she shot it long. For Radford to be able to hold Campbell to an .081 hit percentage after the way yesterday went, very impressive.
They clearly went back to the hotel, got in the right mindset, even though, as you say, they're not really playing for anything in particular right now. They're playing for themselves. They're playing for each other on the court, and that can be just as powerful.
Back set to Kala, who hits it off the hands. Out to Flowers. Nice defense from Chloe Cook. Gets it back. And a double touch on Mitter puts Radford within 1.
There are a lot of double touch calls in the first set yesterday. They seemed to kind of fall off over the course of match 1.
Ronnie Mutter, our head referee, keeping tabs on that today, along with Robert Kyle, our R2. Risky serve to Cook. That's an error. Radford has tied it. Give credit to the Highlanders today. 4 service aces.
Even with the -100 hitting percentage, they are really using the service line to their advantage, playing an important role.
Grace Green on the serve. Beating the fingertips of Layla Green. Radford, its first lead since the opening points of the set. Timeout, Greg Gorel and Campbell. How about the Highlanders here in set 1?
It is not surprising that Gorel decided to take his first time out of the set, because Radford, they're showing offensively at that service line, they're working it to their advantage.
Radford trying to win that first set. It's in late stages of March, and certainly here, Heather, it's a big conversation, because Radford, they struggled to hit yesterday. -200 hit percentage. Hasn't been great today, just 3 kills in this set. How have they been able to accumulate so many points without much going on the offensive end?
It really is those service aces, using that service line. They've been keeping the rallies alive a lot longer than they did yesterday. They're fighting for it. They're ready to end their season on a high note.
Radford trying to build on 6 conference tournament titles, their latest in 2017. Really the only team that's been able to stop High Point here in the last 3 to 4 years. Now the Highlanders at 3-12 coming in. Green, another deep serve. Campbell out of system to Cook. Lenz, the back set. Here's Cook again. Good cross-court dig. Now Flowers off hands. Radford up by 2.
Radford did a really good job there of reading what Campbell was going to do. Even while Campbell was in system, Radford was ready for them. Tooled it off the block there for the point.
101st kill of the season for Haley Flowers. This is a 5-0 run for the Highlanders. All started with great serving. Kala, oh boy, what a great dig by Lenz.
He's going to feel that one.
Wrights hits the net, saved by Patterson. Wait, oh no. Double touch on Ananda Patterson point, Radford.
And that was a very critical point as well. Right now nearing the end of the set, every point counts, and Campbell thought they had a good chance to side out there.
Grace Green at the service line has changed the equation in set 1. Miner pushes it out to Cook. Good defense by Hetherington. Flowers down line, scooped up by Mitter. Lenz in transition. Campbell has 2 setters on the court in this rotation. And Cook, well, that ball, that's a 4th touch. Point Campbell.
There was a lot of court movement by both teams during that rally, up until that very end where it's just a lot of punching up and couldn't get it over the net.
Campbell with a new rotation, takes Miner out and brings Kala in from the right side. Lenz set middle, Johnson dug up. Kala forced to free it over. Lenz back to Johnson, off the net, and hands at the net, gives Radford the point. And I believe Greg Gore will challenge this immediately. Heather, what did you think? Was there contact from a Campbell player at the net, or was that ball out of play?
From my angle, it looked like Campbell did touch it and that it would probably look to be Radford's point. But one of his 2 challenges per match, Coach Gorel is using it to see if there can be a net violation before that to get the Campbell point instead. And speaking of timing, here it is. If Radford keeps the point, next serve is set point.
What a run here, 6-1 spurt by the Highlanders in set 1.
It'll be interesting to see that if they do take this first set, what that kind of momentum and what that energy, what that's going to do to both the motivation for Radford and Campbell going into the second set.
Radford has dominated this series all time, yet it was Campbell last night truly dominating that match, hitting 400 to Radford's 050 hit percentage. And here in set 1 at least, it's been similar, yet Radford's defense much better. How have they been able to get on this run and now take the lead?
Neither team has done very well with their hitting percentage. So we can see no one over 100 and Radford not even in the positives, but they are using the service line to their advantage. They are really using the movement on court, as we've talked about. There's a lot of communication going on.
The call was made by Paula Boykin, line judge right there. She had a good angle at the net, and that's the question. Was there contact at the net, or did that ball truly ricochet off and go out? This is a huge swing point in set 1.
Absolutely. I don't envy having to make that call and determination, even looking back over the replays, because with so much action happening right there, converging on that spot at the net, looked like there were 4, if not maybe 5 players right there all involved in the play to some form or fashion.
Here comes our call from Robert Kyle. This is a big moment in set 1. Point Radford. There is a tip at the net off of Melody Page.
The line judge's call stands. Every point matters for sure in these sets, but that was a critical spot.
If I can read lips well, he said I couldn't see it clearly enough, which begs the question.
Was that reading lips through the mask?
Body language as well. So Trinity Bird serves for set 1. Nice recovery by Mitter. Now Burge setting outside. Flowers, second chance, taking set one. Oh, a net violation on Radford. Campbell point.
Wow, another critical call.
And an immediate challenge is in effect. Wait, okay. So no challenge. Teresa Livingston's gonna keep the card in her pocket.
She thought about it, she had it in her hand for a moment.
Referee explaining, Robert Kyle said the hands on the way up to the net is what hit it. That's why it was hard to see right away. So Maddie Miner to serve, down 2. Ace for Miner. Just the second ace of this set. Radford's had 5 aces.
If this is a time to pull it out, right now is the time.
The senior on senior day. Difficult serve. And a double touch evens us at 24. What a swing on that net violation that would have given Radford set 1.
Absolutely. They thought they had it. They thought they finally won that set, broken that streak. It has entirely turned the tables.
3-0 Campbell run right here. Coombs off the block, touched over by Johnson. Page misses long. Radford set point. What a swing of emotions here in set 1.
This is very intense for both teams right now. They're still playing for a lot.
Final game of the regular season, and Radford looking for first set. 25 a pop.
And the fight for the first set continues as it's win by 2.
Keep in mind, Radford in its last 5 matches has yet to win a set. This would be critical. Burge goes outside. Great dig by Fector. Cook's roll shot finds the floor. Set point for Campbell.
Radford definitely has more on the line with this set. If they take this energy into the next one, who knows if they don't win this first set, if they can manage another one.
O'Neal down the line. Green for the set. Great defense.
Great athletic dive there.
Coombs gets it over. Green in for the point. Campbell takes set 1 in comeback fashion, 27-25.
A signature Green move there to really end the set on a strong, definitive note for Campbell.
We go to set 2 right after this on ESPN+.
Tasha, did you know Geico could save you hundreds on car insurance and a whole lot more? So what are you waiting for? Hip-hop group tag team to help you plan dessert?
French vanilla, rocky road, chocolate peanut butter cookie dough. Scoop that is, scoop that is, scoop that is, scoop that is, scoop shakalaka, 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 shaka, scoop shakalaka, shakalaka, shakalaka.
Geico. Switch today and see all the ways you could save.
Pepsi Wild Cherry.
Tired of cooking at home? Change it up without getting up. Just order Jersey Mike's through our app for no contact delivery or no contact at the door pickup. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
There's not a secret to what actually happens behind the scenes at a bank. Here at First Citizens, we're trying to educate the client in each step of what's actually going to happen and actually have them make the educated decision around what steps and what options they utilize. We want to become that trusted advisor that actually guides them down that road.
Alexis, how much time till we're back?
Helping you reach your goals. That's Forever First.
Okay.
Power isn't born, it's built over time. For over 65 years, Hercules Tires has been providing the muscle to move more drivers. Whatever the vehicle, whatever the terrain. And we back it with a powerful protection plan. So wherever the road or the trail takes you, we have the selection, value, and strength to get you there. Hercules Tires. Ride on our strength.
Campbell takes set one, 27-25. Heather, Radford had set point in 2 opportunities, unable to close out the set. What impressed you about Campbell's ability to finish set one and win 27-25?
They definitely didn't let the change of momentum really throw them off there at the end when Radford was coming out strong. But as we saw, they definitely capitalized on that late call for being in the net.
That's a streak of 16 straight sets dropped by the Radford Highlanders. Truly on the precipice of winning set one, but a huge net violation. Got Campbell back within business, then they won 3 straight points to have set point themselves. And so it makes these matches fun. Final match of the regular season, nothing has been determined yet. Certainly feels like a big momentum boost for Campbell in that first set.
Particularly after the long anticipation of waiting for that first call determination on whether if it was a net violation by Radford or touch by Campbell to get Radford their first chance at set point.
Instead, Trinity Burge to serve here in set 2. What a back-breaking end of the first set for the Highlanders as Page frees it over. Burge looking outside to Flowers. Cook's cross-court swing might cause some trouble here, and a kill for Chloe Cook.
Radford wasn't ready to give up on that play. They still hustled to try and get there and knock it over. They had to put a lot out on the court to get to the point that they did in the first set, but they still have the energy and momentum for this set as well.
Cook with 4 kills. Kala has 4, and Green with 7. There's a double touch on Burge. Worth noting, Radford in that first set just 6 kills total, yet it was the aces and the defense that kept the Highlanders in it.
That's really incredible to look at statistically and shows how important it is to really focus on that service line for the errors and the aces.
Campbell's 4th service error of the day. I asked both coaches coming in, what's your magic number of aces to errors? And it's more of a 1-to-1 scale. Radford's been great, 5 aces, 1 error in that first set. Minor tight on the net. Page detonates.
That was very good thought process there by Minor to keep that alive. Still see her hitter, get it up to where they can get the attack.
There's Claren Fector to serve, is making quite a case for freshman of the year in the Big South. Here's a kill, sneaking between the hands. Emily Dykes with the point. I mentioned it yesterday, but 3 freshmen in this league all have won the award multiple times. It's going to be a tight vote for these coaches. Who's your pick for newcomer of the year, Heather?
Fector has definitely made a really good push for being freshman of the year, particularly embodying all aspects of the libero, double-digit digs in every game. Just very strong showing. Great defensive player.
Overpass is killed by Samantha Wrights. And even with Fector being all over the court, she couldn't get to that one.
Campbell was very clustered, had the front row for defense, left that opening in the back. So Evan, who's your pick for freshman of the year?
I think you have a couple of good choices. Anna Hewitt from Presbyterian's been great in terms of number of digs. She leads the conference. Now the team record isn't there. I think that's where Fector or Cook may have the advantage. I think what's interesting is, do you go offensive minded with Cook, or do you go defensive minded? There's a nice kill for the Highlanders' Taylor O'Neill. I personally prefer good defensive passing. Now that's just me.
Well, as we just saw in the first set, defense plays an incredibly important role, sometimes even more than the offense, as we noted with the low number of kills for Radford, but almost taking the set.
An ace for the serve specialist, Grace Green. She sparked a 6-0 run for the Highlanders in set 1, and here she is on a 4-0 run once again.
Absolutely, whereas Radford they've tried to focus on protecting the net. Right now, Green is protecting her service line. She's feeling good back there.
Green rises and misses long. Layla Green's third hitting error of the day, and Radford up 3.
Campbell's green was trying to knock Radford's green off the line, but was unsuccessful with that attempt.
Like a game of Battleship, you just fire your shots and hopefully you land in the right location. Green back to work on the service line, targets Fector. Layla soars in, tooling the block.
That was definitely a battle of the greens between Campbell and Radford for those couple of points.
Which pigment sits more in your fancy?
I'm not entirely sure which shade I would give each one.
Gotta look up your QR codes and start researching color schemes here.
Do we go with mint, jade, seafoam?
Layla is minty green for sure, 9 kills in this match.
She playing so fresh, is that why?
The mask definitely helped with the breath situation, that's for sure. In all seriousness, set 2, Campbell won 27-25 in the first. Layla Green frees it back to Kala, who comes up short.
That was very hard placement for Kala to really do anything with, but Layla Green didn't really have many options if she were going to keep it alive either.
Here's Jordan Coombs in to serve. Picked up her third career double-double against UNC Asheville. That was the last time the Highlanders won a set back on March 12th. Coombs in transition. Johnson is tipped. Now Burrows deep to the back line. Cook flying in and scooped up by Hetherington. We got a double touch on Radford. Otherwise, some great defense by Grace Green.
That was a very impressive back row attack. Campbell as well. Is that the third double touch call?
Did you notice Sarah Collins took you out of the scores table there?
I felt like part of the action. It was really exhilarating.
Ace for Layla Green. Both these teams serving it well. 9 combined aces in this matchup. You look at the years coming in, Campbell the best service team in the conference. Radford 7th in the league. Deep swing for Flowers, rolls back, point Campbell.
The spin just wasn't in Radford's favor right there. The angle allowed for it to spin right back onto their side of the court.
It's like when you play Monopoly and you need that 10 to get you to the pass and go.
It's all in the flick of the wrist.
I need better board games growing up. I seem to only play Monopoly and like Heads Up 7-Up.
Did you play Sorry at all, or Clue?
Oh, Collis says, sorry, my friends. I'm going to bury that in the back row.
Nice segue there, Evan.
5th kill for the junior. I did like playing Hungry Hungry Hippo. That was a good reflex game.
Are you sure it wasn't more about being hungry and food?
Food is definitely on my mind right now. I won't lie. These lunch start times are tough. As Patterson scooped up by Grace Green. Here on senior day in Gore Arena, Campbell honors 2 of its 3 seniors, and Chloe Cook, the freshman, joins the party.
And there were a couple Radford players that got their fingers on it, but not enough to get any momentum to get it back over the net.
Cook is now up to 6 kills, second highest behind Layla Green, whose float serve is a doozy. Cook takes care of the overpass.
Just batted it right down.
Campbell hitting much better in the second set, 333. Coombs tight on the net. Buried by Burrows.
That was some nice play and communication by Radford. Thought one player was going up for it. Opened the route wide open.
Burrowed like the gopher from Caddyshack, causing trouble in Campbell's back line. You just gonna leave me hanging on that one?
It's hard to follow you on some of your taglines and references. Yes.
Cook, talk about some big swings in this second set. She is feeling it.
Yeah, she's doing well with powerful swings, light taps.
She's got to call her local health insurance provider. She's getting tackled out there after these kills. I thought volleyball was a non-contact sport.
I've seen you play intramural volleyball, Evan.
It's not pretty, that's for sure. There's a block at the net for Paige and Kala.
You make every sport contact sport is what we're saying. Yeah, Kala's really stepping up now on the defense as well with the kills that she's had so far. Already up to 5.
Campbell, it's 4th team block in this matchup. Johnson scooped up by Green. Nice dig defensively from Shelby Hernandez. Burrows is busy in set 2.
She was swinging that all the way back to Virginia Beach, her hometown and mine.
Now, if the reference refers to yourself, I don't know if it's a, you know, it's got to be other-centric. We're not us-centric here.
But we're talking.
It is a fun Friday afternoon. Happy
Yes.
Good Friday, by the way, if you're watching at home. Maybe off from work early this afternoon. There's an ace, a rare ace for Brenna Ankrum, the junior out of Blacksburg, Virginia. Just her 4th of the season.
It is a good Friday, but it's going to be a better Friday for one of these teams, depending on how these next couple sets goes.
Radford trying to break a streak of 15 straight set losses. They had a chance in set 1, lost 27-25. Cook misses long to the back line. Radford's within 2.
Looks to be some miscommunication on Campbell's side there for who was going to go for that set. Kind of threw off the system there.
Radford searching for a 4th win to close out the conference slate. Kala ricochets one off the arms of Coombs that time. Factor the bump set to Cook. Soft touch finds the floor. Chloe Cook 8 kills.
Having the dynamic type of offense that can do both heavy hitting attacks as well as soft touches, as you say, that's very important if you're going to continue to be successful.
Green with 9, Cook with 8. Chloe Cook had just 4 kills in her last matchup against High Point. Good response from the freshman. She must know the voting for conference players, and all freshman team ends this weekend. Got to save your best for last.
Absolutely, and with Campbell, as we were talking, they have so many strong options there. They might be battling their own teammates for those nominees.
Good block. And boy, the presence of Emily Dykes, 2 blocks in set 1, gets her 3rd right here.
Absolutely, calls Campbell players to hit the ground, several of them, to try and keep that play alive.
The block that broke down the Campbell wall, or the straw that may have broken their back in set 2.
Ooh, bad Campbell joke.
That's a service error by Trinity Burge, and it sends us to our media timeout. Campbell up 3 in set 2. We'll have the rest of the set when we return here from Buies Creek, North Carolina.
Power isn't born, it's built over time. For over 65 years, Hercules Tires has been providing the muscle to move more drivers. Whatever the vehicle, whatever the terrain, and we back it with a powerful protection plan. So wherever the road or the trail takes you, we have the selection, value, and strength to get you there. Hercules Tires, ride on our strength.
We are not merely an institution of higher education. We are transforming lives and empowering students to become leaders.
Leaders in our communities, in our state, and throughout the world.
Leaders in innovation.
Leaders in service to our neighbors.
Join our movement. Join our community. Join our mission. Lead with purpose. Lead with Campbell.
Campbell leads 15-12 here in set 2. Campbell's trying to move to 11-5 on the season, which the expectations are right there. Look at the preseason poll: High Point, Winthrop, Campbell. And if the season were to end today, the final standings: High Point, Campbell, Winthrop, Charleston Southern. So a lot of teams that you come to expect entering the year.
A lot of good foresight in that preseason voting.
Chloe Cook with another service error. That's 5 for Campbell tonight. One team that really sparked some confidence was Charleston Southern, especially with Paige Rager in the middle. That team did lose again today, so they dropped to 8-6 in the regular season.
As Campbell was battling them for the second place for most of the season.
Hannah Schneckenberger caught us all by surprise with that swing, and she gets the kill.
There you go, senior coming out strong. Again, today's her day.
You had Layla, who's typically a outside hitter in the middle, Schneckenberger, who slides to the outside, and they both jumped at the same time. Pretty neat.
Good chemistry on your team. It's really important when you have that.
O'Neal with the free ball over. Minor back to Schneggs on the slide. Good defense by Green. O'Neal cross-court to Fector. Cook from the back row takes her shot. Patterson buries it.
Patterson definitely saw that that was coming back her way. Decided to take advantage before Radford could make the adjustments themselves.
On an overpass, you don't get a lot of time to adjust. And Ananda did hit her part. First kill of the day. How about this in set two? Campbell has doubled its hit percentage up to 300.
Some communication happening over there on the other side of the court.
Checking the substitution sheet, making sure everyone's accounted for properly.
With all of the rotations going on the court.
It's a lot of pressure.
Yes.
Especially on the students doing the work. Good kill. Emily Dykes, 3 blocks, and now 3 kills.
Dykes really seems to favor those cross-court looks. That wasn't as long of an attack that she normally has, but still got it down.
Hitting .250 in this matchup. A freshman out of Winterville, North Carolina. Grace Green's been a game changer at the service line today. Fector, good return. Green flying in for the point.
She did appear to just float there just a little bit.
I didn't say flying because I ran out of words. She literally was flying to the net. Give her 10 kills in the match, 7 digs, 3 away from a double-double. Because levitating is not very much of a broadcast word. Not many humans say levitate when they talk about athleticism.
Only Harry Potter fans.
There's a kill for Johnson in the middle. She was hovering above that ball and put it down.
This is turning out to be another very tight set. Both teams battling it out steadily.
What does it say about both these clubs playing well despite the fact that the season does end today?
It speaks a lot to just their mentality and their understanding that volleyball is the reason that they're out there and playing. They're not necessarily playing for titles or awards, but they're playing for each other and the love of the sport. And it's showing right here.
Radford on a 3-0 run to get back within 2. Coombs float serve sort. Green on the backside misses long, and it's Radford within 1.
Another thing to note is also the obvious competitiveness that each of these teams embody. They're not happy with just being good enough and getting through the season.
Cook on the return. Kalla off the block and beats the hands of Johnson.
That attack didn't have the distance that a lot of Kalla's did, but that's because it ran into some resistance there at the net from the Radford blockers. Still earned the kill.
It's a crucial point in set 2. Campbell won the first set 27-25. And O'Neal climbs the scorer's table to keep that in play. Cook off the hands of Johnson. Mitter back to Kalla. Gets the tip of the net, point Campbell.
There's a more typical Kalla swing and kill. It's also interesting that 2 out of the 3 sets yesterday, Radford actually lost by double digits, yet here they are keeping it very tight.
Service errors have been the story for Campbell tonight. That's 6 of them in these first 2 sets.
They're really the yin to Radford's service ace yang today.
Here comes Shelby Hernandez, the freshman, to serve. Majoring in nutrition and dietitious. Wait, no. There's a better way to say that word. I can't remember how to pronounce it properly.
Dietetics?
Dietetics. Why can't they just say nutrition and diet? I feel like that's the commonality term of saying it. Chloe Cook with a kill to the back row, her 9th of the day.
I think I proved yesterday I shouldn't necessarily be helping you out with pronunciation here, Evan.
So Campbell up 3 in the second set. They came from behind to win set 1, 27-25. Coombs pushes it out. Flowers dug up by Patterson.
Good dig.
Big return at the net. And Radford frays it over by Hernandez. Kala, tight set on the net, tips it over. Flowers touches arms of Patterson for the point.
That was a very impressive rally for both sides. There's some free balls in there, some in-system plays. Both teams really putting it all out there on the court.
Radford at a 50% side-out percentage. That's going to keep Minute defensively.
Especially considering that they were about 44 yesterday on the match.
Now that serve is not going to help. Kennedy Johnson with a rare service error for Radford. It's 7 aces, 3 errors.
Still a pretty magical number based off the formula that the coaches use, though.
Now Maddie Miner in to serve. Deep float serve for Hernandez. Now Burrows off the block. That might have gone out, but played by Radford. Flowers down line for the point.
That was straight down the line, really hard to call. I probably would have thought it was on the opposite side of the line, but.
Well, you're also part near and far sighted with 2 eyes, so that's why you don't work the line judge positions.
No one has ever asked me to work that role.
Dump set is tipped. Now Schneckenberger. Missing long, no touch at the net. Radford within 1.
Radford handled that dump pretty well, came back to climb back on the point scoreboard.
Long run for Maddie Miner and a double touch. Radford has evened this match at 22.
It's very exciting, the effort that both teams are putting into this set. They're both really fighting to the end. They're not going to let it go like they did yesterday.
Deep serve for Chloe Cook. And a bad pass by Miner gives the point to Radford, a 3-0 run. Timeout, Greg Goral and Campbell, as the Highlanders searching for a first set win. It's all the way back on March 12th. What has Radford done to make the adjustment in set 2?
They have come out with the strength and energy. They're communicating a lot better out there on the court, moving around. They're reacting a lot better to what they're seeing coming from the Campbell side. It's just really impressive what they've done to adjust, particularly considering how they played in match 1.
What's crazy about this matchup too, Campbell has doubled the amount of kills of Radford, but the serving of the Highlanders and really defensively at the front line with those 3 blocks has kept Radford in it.
Absolutely. Defense wins championships, as they say, and even though there's no conference tournament or championship on the line right here, it's still just as important in play.
Radford in the midst of a string of 16 straight drop sets. And don't tell you, these players know it as much as anybody. They also know how important it is to try to end the season with a win, something Radford did in this building last season.
Absolutely. They ended with a sweep of Campbell the last time that they were here in the 2019 season, which is just really the last season of Big South volleyball play, but it seems so long ago.
Daria Burrows to serve. Campbell in system to Cook. Easy kill for the freshman.
Nice tooling off the block there. Had some really good air for her height, too.
Chloe Cook in double figures, 10 kills. 5th time this year she's surpassed 10 or more.
Now 2 Campbell players in double-digit kills.
Risky overpass by Radford. Bump set out to Green. Missing long, set point, high. Oh no, there is a touch of the net. It was called by Ronnie Mutter, our lead referee. Set point Campbell.
And these officials have to have those eagle eyes that, as you noted, I do not have.
Chloe Cook serves for the set. Long run of the bump by Coombs. And Flowers causes some trouble. Green, cross court. Good defense by Green. And the setter, Coombs, takes target.
neither team was in system during the majority of that rally. It really came down to who was just going to get that last touch, that last hit. And you seem determined to get in this game, Evan.
I've had 3 passes gone to me in this set. That never happens. Big serve here for Haley Flowers. Out to Green. Down line for the kill. Campbell set point.
And that was quite an impact for the Radford player. I would be feeling that for a while if I had to take that dig.
Just like set 1, back and forth we go. Dykes finds the floor. Emily Dykes, match high 4 kills for Radford.
The flexibility in each team with what they're doing offensively is just really keeping the excitement of this match alive.
Radford had set point 25-24. They dropped 3 straight. Now in a similar spot here in set 2. Deep serve for Fector. Green off hands for the point. Layla Green up to 13 kills.
This is a very critical juncture in the set. Both teams need to be on point right now.
Layla Green matching her kill total from yesterday. And now it's Emily Mitter serving for set 2. O'Neal down line and scooped up by Mitter. Green off hands. Nice scramble by Radford. Green to the floor, that's lovely. Kala misses out and long, 26 a pop.
That was a lot of scrambling on both sides. Punch on Radford's side, some diving punches over on Campbell's side. Each team was doing whatever it took to keep their chance at the point alive.
Radford trying to break a 16-set losing streak. That's over 3-4 matches now. Minner has to bump it out. Kala. A second chance for Sarah on the roll shot. Now Coombs in transition. Double touch. Set point for Campbell.
Those back sets can be difficult, and there they are checking on those double touches again.
Campbell trying to jump ahead. 2-0 here on senior day. Coombs goes back set. Nice ball up by Green. Radford in transition. Johnson sneaks it past Patterson.
This is just tit for tat play here right now. I know Campbell is probably feeling a little better that they don't have to face off on Green for Radford's on the service line, but Radford is still fighting back.
Highlanders riding 7 aces today to stay alive in set 2. Nearly an 8th. Once again, set point for Campbell.
So few service errors they've had this set and this match. Unfortunately, this is just not the time to have another.
Patterson serving. Johnson, forced touch in the middle. Kala, nice defense by Burrows. Flowers off the double, to the floor. Radford ties it.
They are keeping this streak alive. Incredible.
Radford has fought off 3 straight set points for a team that has not won a set in almost a month.
The energy that the Radford team has brought out today in the series.
Overpass off the body of Fector, kept alive by Kala. Chance for Radford. Good hands by Page, who wins the joust.
Yes, that was a very good decision there to go up and try and put it back up, not get back in system. You see that Radford was on the defense and left a wide open space in the back row.
Can Radford win a 4th straight set point to keep this set alive?
Their strong point is not winning back-to-back points, as we've seen their statistics.
Minor almost won it with an ace. Kala puts it down, and Chloe Cook takes advantage of the mistake. Campbell 38, Radford 28. 30-28 in set 2. Let's go to set 3 after this break on ESPN+.
Crust is the most important part of stuffed crust. It's half the name. Papa John's crust is made from 6 simple ingredients. 7 if you count all this cheese. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. Papa John's is known for its crispy, fresh crust full of warm, fluffy pockets. And now they're known for stuffing those pockets with cheese. I love you, cheese.
Yes, loop it.
Get a new epic stuffed crust pizza with 1 topping for just $12. Papa John's.
We are not merely an institution of higher education. We are transforming lives and empowering students to become leaders.
That's it.
Leaders in our communities, in our state, and throughout the world.
Leaders in innovation.
Leaders in service to our neighbors.
Join our movement. Join our community. Join our mission. Lead with purpose. Lead with Campbell.
In the last 10 years, Emerge Orthopedics has really been on the forefront of doing orthopedic urgent care. We realize that a lot of these accidents happen after hours, and patients want to get seen and get diagnosed and get taken care of. Emerge has a number of orthopedic urgent cares throughout the Triangle, and some of which are open 7 days a week, open till 9 o'clock at night, and that's been a huge benefit to patients. Patients routinely give us compliments on that and the care they receive there.
Crust is the most important part of stuffed crust. It's half the name. Papa John's crust is made from 6 simple ingredients. 7 if you count all this cheese. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. Papa John's is known for its crispy, fresh crust full of warm, fluffy pockets. And now they're known for stuffing those pockets with cheese. I love you, cheese. Get a new epic stuffed crust pizza with 1 topping for just $12. Papa John's. Crust is the most important part of stuffed crust. It's half the name. Papa John's crust is made from 6 simple ingredients. 7 if you count all this cheese. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. Papa John's is known for its crispy, fresh crust full of warm, fluffy pockets. And now they're known for stuffing those pockets with cheese. I love you, cheese. Get a new epic stuffed crust pizza with 1 topping for just $12. Papa John's.
We are not merely an institution of higher education. We are transforming lives and empowering students to become leaders.
Leaders in our communities, in our state, and throughout the world.
Leaders in innovation.
Leaders in service to our neighbors.
Join our movement. Join our community. Join our mission. Lead with purpose. Lead with Campbell.
In the last 10 years, Emerge Orthopedics has really been on the forefront of doing orthopedic urgent care. We realize that a lot of these accidents happen after hours, and patients want to get seen and get diagnosed and get taken care of. Emerge has a number of orthopedic urgent cares throughout the Triangle, and some of which are open 7 days a week, open till 9 o'clock at night, and that's been a huge benefit to patients. Patients routinely give us compliments on that and the care they receive there.
Crust is the most important part of stuffed crust. It's half the name. Papa John's crust is made from 6 simple ingredients. 7 if you count all this cheese. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. Papa John's is known for its crispy, fresh crust full of warm, fluffy pockets. And now they're known for stuffing those pockets with cheese. I love you, cheese. Get a new epic stuffed crust pizza with 1 topping for just $12. Papa John's.
Campbell takes set 2, 30-28. Heather, both teams had plenty of chances to win each of these first 2 sets. But what's been the difference for Campbell in the first 2?
They just couldn't close it out. Radford has come back with incredible energy and realization of what's on the line for this being their last opportunity really to break the losing streak, both match-wise and set-wise for them. But Campbell has not been willing to hand it over to them.
Do you know what that dance was? Lola just did? I'm actually not familiar with it.
I actually wasn't looking over there, so I I have no reference point for you.
If you guys know, please feel free to tweet at us at GoCamelsVB, the volleyball account. We'll see it and give you our thoughts. Busy day in the middle for Emily Dykes. Leads the team in blocks and kills. O'Neal on a deep swing from the back row as Radford looks for its first set win since March 12th. They've had plenty of chances in the first 2 sets. Off the net and no block, but that ball is down. Point Campbell.
Schneggenberger getting back in the action for senior day here at Campbell.
One of 2 seniors being honored today. You see Alicia Mitchell in the orange sweater. She's watching from the coaching staff side. No touch of the net. Point Campbell. Some of the touch calls have been very debated. Trying to get help from the line judges today.
Just a matter of fingertips.
Nice return. Able to scoop that one up as Green. Page in system. That ball's over, and Green to the floor keeps it up. Another great dive by Flowers.
Wow.
Campbell a 3-0 start in set 3.
Burge for Radford was very impressive, still keeping the play alive even before she was able to get her footing back.
Maddie Miner to serve. It's a deep target for O'Neal. First swing of the set for Samantha Wrights is dug out, and Cook misses wide to the far side.
Cook has been a major player in each of the sets so far. She's still trying to make her impact here in the 3rd set. Just went a little wide.
11 kills for Chloe Cook today. Tight set at the net, and a point for Radford.
Seemed to be some indecision on whether that was going to go over the net or not. It didn't.
Here's Haley Flowers, the freshman from Eureka, Illinois. Cook flying in, missing the back line. Oh no, she got a tip, in fact. Point Campbell. Did that hit Flowers slide across, or did it get contact with the net?
I was more focused on a little ball that Cook had curled herself into for that hit. It was very impressive, the power she was able to generate.
Uncorked one.
Yes.
Here's a soft touch from O'Neal. Now Green, cross court, tools the block for the point.
Campbell's trying to create a little more distance at the start of this set so as to avoid some of the back and forth at the end.
Here's a touch middle for a missed swing by Emily Dykes. Radford in this match hitting 0-64. Much better second set, but struggling here in the 3rd. Chloe Cook on the serve. That's an ace for the freshman, who has 12 kills, and now her first ace.
The ball tried to get to me in that one, but apparently volleyball just prefers you, Evan.
Chloe Cook in double figures for the 6th time this year. O'Neal knocked up by Fector, who bangs into Cook. Green hits the net. All that work for naught if you're the 2 freshmen for Campbell.
Absolutely, some miscommunication and collisions happening right there on the Campbell side.
Got to file a grievance with the HR department. It is fun to see these teams both enjoying their final match of the season.
Yes.
High Point will be named the conference tournament champs, sorry, the regular season champs. No tournament this year. Here's an ace. Grace Green is a missile. She can serve everything so well.
Double-digit service aces for Radford.
Big part of that from Grace Green. Leads the team in digs, also in aces. Minor middle to Page, off hands for the point. Her 3rd kill.
Bradford is still getting into the defense. They're getting hands on Campbell's attacks, but Campbell is able to convert them so far and have doubled Radford on the scoreboard.
Deep serve to Hernandez. O'Neal off the block and down. That's Schneggenberger with the break.
See the excitement of Schneggenberger's teammates for her to pad her stats on her last match of her career.
1 kill and 1 block for the senior today. Johnson middle finds the floor. And Radford back within 4.
Vector was willing to sacrifice her body for that, but wasn't able to get it back up to where her teammates could play it.
Clarence Fector, 22 digs. Another outstanding performance from the freshman. Looks to break her career high of 26, which might be possible today. Schneggenberger on the back set is blocked by Johnson. And point Radford.
Layla Green wasn't able to backpedal out of the route of her teammates enough for them to get a solid play there.
Got to avoid that double touch, and you're right.
Must be hard to keep the reflex from reaching out and touching it when it's coming at you as a player.
Dangerous serve by Coombs. Schneggenberger misses long on the slide.
There's a very deep back set by Minor. Almost seemed to somersault.
This Radford team comes in at 10 kills a set. Right now they're on pace, 20 kills in the match. Patterson, there's a kill. Her second.
Patterson was very impactful yesterday in match 1 of this series for sure. Hasn't had as many kills or stats today.
5 matches with 3 or more kills, a hat trick of sorts for Patterson this year. Here's O'Neal. Deep swing that beats Fector for the point.
That's a very deep swing by Radford as well. Questionable on whether or not it might have gone out without the Campbell touch. Radford gets the point away from the play.
Crazy to think in the first 2 sets, a difference of just 4 points, yet Campbell has doubled the amount of kills, doubled the amount of digs. Done so many things well, but Radford's hung around thanks to its serving and defense. And Burrows adds to it with a kill.
Absolutely, it's proof that looking at a stat sheet or block stats, you just can't tell exactly how the game played out.
I mean, think about this 3rd set. Campbell's done about everything right, yet it's a 1-point difference. Green missing long, tied at 10.
It makes for a very exciting play. This is the kind of match that you want to end the season on. Very involved.
Radford searching for a 4th conference win that would move them into 7th place in the league. Patterson off the block. And there's a 4 touches, so point Radford. Campbell has clinched the 2nd spot, but they're not really playing like it today. How do they change things from a Campbell standpoint?
They really need to get focused and get their mentality back on today's game. I know today being senior day for Campbell, there's been a lot of focus on celebrating their seniors and enjoying what they've done so far this season, but they need to close it out.
Layla Green up to 15 kills. Now 28 in this series, a busy weekend for the conference's kills leader. Worth noting, Deanna Chara for Charleston did not play this week, out with an injury, so Layla Green will finish out the season as the kills leader in the conference. There's a kill. Kennedy Johnson down the pipe.
There you go. They're trying to help out their stats to make it look like they're racking up the points, not just getting it in the game, as we were talking about how their stats are looking compared to the scoreboard.
And Radford with a lead, 12-11 in this 3rd set. Ankrum on the float serve. Patterson hits the head of Coombs. I guess that's a lift. I don't know. I'm curious.
Can you lift with your head?
I'm curious on the interpretation of that rule. And I think that's what Coach Livingston is asking here.
I know you can play with any part of your body, but I didn't think you could necessarily lift with your head or forehead.
Yeah, that's an odd one. I'm going to need an explanation for that. I'll ask the referees during the timeout. I'm curious on that call.
Absolutely.
Flowers off the hands of Page. Now Cook. Oh, great denial. Dykes with her third block.
Dykes really read the Campbell playbook well there. Saw exactly how they were going to go at the net in system. She was ready. That was still a very good swing and play by Cook that was just denied by Dykes.
Both teams with 6 blocks in this matchup. Good play at the net. Minner has to bump it to Cook, who touches hands for the point. 13 kills for the freshman.
Cook decides she'd try that same play again. There's going to be a lot of rotation changes here, substitutions for Campbell.
In the 5-2 rotation, here comes Maddie Miner to serve. The senior who will wait till this November to celebrate her senior day. Sets it out to Cook. The outside hitter finds the floor. 14 kills for Cook.
Sometimes you don't have to work as hard to get those points. It can just be a light touch, a bad over. You don't have to completely stretch out your swing.
Those 14 kills, a new career high for the outside hitter. Highlanders to Dykes. Now a second chance. Flowers this time down line. Cook continues to dominate set 3.
She's really enjoying her time over on this side as a hitter. She's doing very well with those cross-court shots.
Campbell up 2, looking to close out this match in straight sets when we return.
Power isn't born, it's built over time. For over 65 years, Hercules Tires has been providing the muscle to move more drivers. Whatever the vehicle, whatever the terrain, and we back it with a powerful protection plan. So wherever the road or the trail takes you, we have the selection, value, and strength to get you there. Hercules Tires, ride on our strength.
We are not merely an institution of higher education. We are transforming lives and empowering students to become leaders.
Leaders in our communities, in our state, and throughout the world.
Leaders in innovation.
Leaders in service to our neighbors.
Join our movement. Join our community. Join our mission. Lead with purpose. Lead with Campbell.
Campbell trying to secure an 11th win in conference play. 2 tight sets. Difference of 1 swing point in each of the first 2. And now in set 3, Chloe Cook has heated up, a new career high. 15 kills for the freshman. Flowers goes cross court. Ranford now hitting a perfect 0, and Schneckenberger with her second kill.
There we go. Does that put her at 180 now or a little over?
For her career, absolutely. 180 kills.
There we go.
In 153 sets. We have a timeout called by Radford to talk things over.
Trying to figure out how they can rein Campbell back in.
This is a 4-0 run to extend the lead in set 3.
And Cook has really been a strong impact player for Campbell during this entire match, really. As you mentioned, right now she ties Layla Green for the number of kills on Campbell's team. There's a shot of Livingston there, not thrilled with the change of momentum for this set.
So Maddie Miner back in to serve. Trying to build on her 7 double-doubles. She's got 23 assists and 7 digs today. Long run for Burge, laying it up. Now Miner in transition to Page, off balance, and finds the floor.
Look like Paige decided while in the air what she was going to do there. Changed her mind for a little bat over the net instead of a full range swing. It worked.
This is a 5-0 run for Campbell in set 3. Overpass. Schnegenberger puts it down.
Just all the opportunity to get another touch in there. Make another.
Got to add to every kill you can get. This is the final match for Schnegenberger.
She doesn't need to save anything now. It's all out effort right now for her. Hopefully she's enjoying it.
A service error for Miner stops the 6-0 run. There is no better way to pad one's stats than to literally add to their total in what could be your final set.
That's the time to do it.
Here comes Shelby Hernandez to serve. Deep serve to Green. Cook flying in for the point.
It's really incredible the number of options that Campbell has. They had Paige available there in the middle if wanted, but Cook just sailed in from the outside and really took control of that.
Pleading
play.
her case for Big South Newcomer of the Year.
Yes.
Good back set to Dykes, who's denied by Layla Green.
As you said, with conference awards coming out next week, this is the last chance that all of these players have to really make their case, as you say.
Layla Green with her 6th double-double of the year in digs and kills. Nearly an ace. Good recovery by O'Neal.
Almost a collision there on Radford's side.
Schnegenberger has to save it. Green off of hands.
A lot of net play right now.
Great job on the back row. That's Hernandez getting it up. Campbell in transition. Paige off the hands of Dykes, who blocks it down for the point.
What a rally. That was really impressive, both sides, especially that dig to keep it alive over here on Radford's side. Because before that, it was just a lot of net play. Not much range to that rally.
Grace Green has been dangerous at the service line. Targets Fector. Schnegenberger gets it in on the back line.
That was a very nice addition to her stats, hitting that back corner, almost right at the corner. I think she was aiming for the line judge.
Fector on the deep serve. O'Neal, soft touch, scooped up by Miner. Now Radford's turn. Nice block at the net. Johnson the denial. Radford 18 blocks today.
Fector tried to slide in to save the day there, but it was a cool move. It didn't quite get the point.
Coombs misses just long. And Campbell has 3 points in the match. Heather, we've seen Radford back-to-back sets go on big runs to close out sets. What do they have to do here to extend set 3?
Really, they needed to not have that service error and keep their run alive, because that's where they've been getting a lot of their points, is on the serves.
O'Neal, a rocket into Fector. Now Green down line and just out.
Coombs made a good judgment call there to watch it go out right past her shoulder and not reflexively reach out for it.
Green and Cook have combined for 31 kills. Radford as a team, just 23 kills tonight. Green from the back line. Now Burrows on the slide. Great dig by Fector. Flowers off hands. Kala rears into the net. Radford back within 4.
He's looking for a very powerful attack there, but Radford did a good job reading some of the openings on Campbell's side of the court, but Some good defensive plays to keep it alive.
O'Neal with the float serve deep. Kala in transition. Oh, and it finds the floor. Sarah Kala shrugs her shoulders and collects kill 8.
Burrows wasn't quite sure where that ball went after it made first contact with her. Unfortunately, directly above her.
Here's Layla Green to serve. Trying to build on an excellent day. Flowers down line, finds the point. Here's Radford hanging around down 4.
It's a very good IQ read just to push it over, really, rather than go for the full-up attack that Campbell was probably expecting.
Radford Highlanders trying to avoid a 11th straight loss to close out the year. Campbell wants to move to 11-5, close out conference play.
It's very well maybe Radford's last chance to break their set streak.
Kala with her 9th kill sets up match point.
Kala is trying to get 3 Campbell players up into the double digits for kills.
Here's Ananda Patterson to serve. Match on the line for the Highlanders. Flowers extends it.
And this is a completely different way of play than we saw in match 1. Really impressive for Radford to adjust the way that they have.
Now Daria Burrows to extend the match. Mitter at the net. Melody Page puts down the final point. Campbell survives 25-20 in set 3 as they sweep the series over Radford.
Absolutely, they ended the season very well. They continued to defend their home court advantage and even further solidified their second point slot that they had. Unfortunately, Radford was not able to break their streak of either match or set losses.
Campbell moves to 11-5 with the win. For Heather Ireland, I'm Ivan Budrovich signing off from Gore Arena. Thank you for watching this season, and especially today. Final game of the Big South regular season. Campbell wins it in straight sets over Radford.